It's a great moment of your life. Let it crumble, let it fall apart. A new way of being will emerge, and that will bring a huge relief and much more freshness in your life. Is life pushing you, and on the other side, it's also life that will catch you. It's like maybe you feel like you're in a free fall right now, like you're falling off a cliff, but that's exactly what you need to learn how to fly. You can use your awareness to find the ground there and to let it happen. You will develop the inner tools necessary to deal with this, and you will see on your path how when you resolve your psychology, how everything opens up. So you can have bliss, but you can suffer in the bliss. If you're going through a lot of chaos recently in your life, because maybe you're awakening spiritually, or you have suppressed memories coming up, suppressed feelings of your childhood, then your life might be difficult. It feels like things are falling apart, your world is crumbling, who you used to be doesn't make sense anymore. The relationships around you feel fake, and happy to tell you that it's a very good news. Because you're awakening out of what was just a hell. You just didn't see it. It's a great moment of your life. And I know it's very chaotic, but this chaos is laying the ground for the flower to blossom. To plant a seed in the earth, to make it grow, you have to move the earth, So that's how it works, that's how life works. And so it is chaotic, but it's for your highest good. And so don't worry. Let it crumble, let it fall apart. It's safe, because at the same time, while it's falling apart, a new version of you will emerge. A new way of being will emerge. And that will bring a huge relief and much more freshness in your life than being in this stuck ego and this paradigm of feeling like a person, wearing masks all the times and not being aligned with yourself. Can you sense this deeper thing that I'm talking about, that it's making room for something to emerge, something new? You might not feel it yet, but the destruction of your whole life is necessary. And so you have only two choices. Either you resist this, you try to control, you try to resist the process of change, and you get tensed and everything gets blocked and things get harder. Either you surrender, you learn to let go. I know you're not used to it, but that's your only choice. You surrender to life, and going through this period of time is life pushing you, and on the other side, it's also life that will catch you. So it's life pushing life. So there's nothing to worry about. It's like maybe you feel like you're in a free fall right now, like you're falling off a cliff. But that's exactly what you need to learn how to fly, isn't it? And so we can welcome this with an open heart. We can learn to build trust in the process. Or we can just freeze and get stuck. And that's not what we want. Now, in this chaos, there are ways to find peace or stability. First, all the practices that include the body, like yoga, bioenergetics, breath work, all of this will help you stabilize your nervous system, which is necessary, and will help you get into your body. Because when you're having this huge shift in your life, you might be very, very much in your head, trying to think your way through this, trying to understand. But understanding will not give you any clue of what's happening. Only feeling through your body, only going through it, with your whole body as an embodied experience will give you more relief, more stability. The second thing is that you can learn to remain aware of what's happening without identifying with all the chaos in your mind. So you can just remain as an observer. And that doesn't mean being dissociated, right? It doesn't mean being detached from life. It just means take a little bit of step back and be aware of all the phenomena that appear in your body and your mind without getting involved into them. Okay, let the stories pass, let the thoughts pass, and that should be fine. You can use your awareness to find a ground there and to let it happen. Now, what you need to know is that as you're going through this process of change and all these memories surface up from childhood and all this struggle start to appear, you will develop the inner tools necessary to deal with this. So trust your inner guidance. You will naturally know how to handle things in the moment. It might not look perfect, it might not look super efficient, but at least you will always find a solution. And this will happen because your body and mind will start to adapt to this change, and it will start to align to this. And on the other hand, to deal with this trauma, you will have to not disown them, to not escape from them, because you can be in these spiritual heights and being in good states because suddenly you realize some stuff. But it doesn't exclude the trauma. And so it's important, as you have this new life emerging, that you also start a therapy. You also start working on yourself. That you bring yourself back on earth as a human, and you start to really resolve this trauma through psychological work, because that matters. And you will see on your path how when you resolve your psychology, how everything opens up, how everything shifts, how your awakening gets much deeper, much more connected, much more blissful. Yeah. So that's why I help people through integral healing, because it's important to combine all of that. The spiritual awakening and the healing of the trauma. Sometimes it will be ugly, sometimes it will be messy, but it's necessary always. Because the more you deal with the psychology, the more you're refining your awakening so that it goes in a direction that is functional, healthy, and blissful, So you can have bliss, but you can suffer in the bliss. And that's what I experienced too in the past when I started to awaken. The shift was so profound, so intense, that I was so blissful suddenly, but at the same time I was suffering so much that I was suffering in the bliss. And so the goal is to not suffer in the bliss. The goal is to be happy with that, to be stable, to have a stable nervous system, to have healthy relationships with other humans, to do things in this world and not retract back and sit in our cave, for 20 years. And you will learn to navigate your ego. You will learn to see the difference between the mind and the spirit. And it's a long process of seeing this. It's a constant adjustment, a constant refinement. And so don't be scared of being patient, because the more you're patient and the more it's gonna heal. If you're trying to force things and to get to a certain place, then you're not going in the right direction, because you're trying to control. And so let yourself discover what life wants from you. It's not easy, it's a complete surrender, but that's the only way. And in my experience, that's how it works. So if that resonated, you can chat with me and I can help you with this stuff. And that's all for today. Take care.